Hello everyone and welcome to Craftworks. Today I'm going to show you how to make a triple spanner card. I had never heard of this before until I was on team training last week and we actually did this. Mine doesn't have a sentiment on at the moment, but this is what it looks like. So this piece opens up like that and then this piece opens. Okay. So I'm using the flowering fields. I'm going to be doing this exactly the same as this one, only I will add sentiments this time. So let's just get started. So I have a piece of Poppy Parade cardstock. I'm going to measure this. So I'm going to cut this at 8 inches by 5 3/4. So you will get 2 card blanks out of 1 sheet of paper, and then I'm going to score this at 4. And I'm going to bring that arm in. So that's our card blank. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut from the bottom to that score line, and the first one measurement is 1.5. And 4 1/4. Okay. Now I've already pre-cut everything else. I'm just double checking. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to burnish. So I'm going to be using the Party Puffins. I'm only using sentiments out of this one. So I'm just going to give you the measurements. So I do need patterned paper for these, which I haven't cut. So this is 1 1/4 by 3 3/4. Right. So these 2 pieces glue on these panels here. If you've not seen this paper, it is just beautiful. And then I have here a piece of pear pizzazz, and this measures 2.5 inches by 3 3/4. And then I've got this piece here. I'm actually using the green grid on the back, and this piece measures 2 1/4 by 3 1/2, and I'm going to stick that onto the green. Just going to wiggle it as best as I can. And then this piece is going to glue onto here. It doesn't matter which way round because it's exactly the same. So next I have a piece of Poppy Parade, and this measures 2.5 inches by 4 inches, and then this piece of Designer Series paper which measures 2.25 by 3 3/4, and that there is going to stick onto there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just adding glue to the 2 edges here, and then I will stick that down, trying to get it as even as possible. You can use the lines on this to make sure it's straight. So I'm not adding a lot of glue here because I don't want to stick the middle panel down. I think I want it about there. You can also use the polka dots to help you line that up too. So that is what it looks like so far. Okay, now I'm going to get my sentiment. So for the front, I'm using the Make-A-Wish. Just get my ink. And just quickly, this is just under an inch, literally just under an inch by 2 1/4. And I want my sentiment in the middle. And then what does this measure? Again, so how I did this was I basically had a piece of scrap card and measured the red around it with the type of border that I wanted. So it really does depend on the size of your sentiment. So there's no measurements for this piece, really. And here comes Max. He walks very purposefully, doesn't he, into the craft room, announcing his presence. And then I am going to, I quite like You're the Best. I might change that for a happy birthday. I think I might. That's a bit better. Right, this is how I did the sentiment. Just going to make some space, put the lid on my glue so I don't put my fingers in it. Because I've not glued the Make-A-Wish down. I'm not happy with that. Okay, so I quite like the border. That's there. Yeah, little bit more. I've taken a bit too much off. It does help if you stamp straight as well. And then because I don't want to take away too much of the pretty paper behind. I still want to see a lot of it. I think I'm going to go there. And then I have a piece of scrap card here. So I'm just pushing it up against it. And that's where I'm going to cut it. And I quite like the length. So let me pop that, I prefer that already. So that's how I'm doing that. Try not to get my head in the way of the camera. Now it's up to you. You can pop that up on dimensionals or stick it flat. I'm going flat. I hesitated there. And just pop that in the centre. And now what I'm going to do, can I see through that? I can. So that's that piece. So now what I want is I want another piece of scrap. I think I'm going to use this piece. And what does this measure? So this measures 2 1/4. Okay. So I'm just going to cut this piece down to 2 1/4 inches. And I'm going to just stamp in the middle of this with "You're the best." I will clean all of my stamps in a minute. Now you could do this with scissors, but I can't cut straight to save my life, so I don't do that. So you're the best. So now what I want to do is I want to trim this down because I want flowers top and bottom. I think I'm just going to glue those down and then take scissors. Risky. So it kind of holds a hidden message, which is what we're after here. And these pieces of, you don't have to do it the way that I'm doing it. You could just have a white square. But because this paper is so pretty, I feel that I have to use it all of the time for everything at the moment, so apologies. Right. I'm going to take my snips. And I'm following the DSP. then I'm going to, I need to make sure that it's hidden. So that line there, or only just, I need to take it up just a smidge. That's it. And then it lines up. That's good. So there it is. This is what it looks like when it's stood up. Can't see it very well. And we need a white piece, don't we? Forgot about that. So my white piece measures 5.5 by 3 3/4. So how much is that? 5. We can do it that way. Oh, that's 5.5. 5.5. So 3 3/4, and then that's the white piece that will stick inside here. And there it is, our spanner card. Let's just try to create some space. So thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Bye!